Alright, sequence 3
Hey,
complete.
I just saw you were logging out, so I thought I'd stop by and give you something. A little welcome gift. We give awards to our top-notch employees for doing quality work, and they're nice to have since there's no official bonus scheme here. I already have about 11 or so. Oh, bonjour? Of course. I'll pass it on. Well, looks like Olivier wants to meet with you. It's exciting. Follow me.
Alright.
It's on the top floor, so it's not hard to find. But the rest of this building can be confusing to first-timers, so we had the tools team whip up a great map application. Check your communicator. I added a waypoint to Olivier's office. Should be easy to find.
Okay. Oh, I see. Oh, sticky note. Hold on a second. Sticky note 2. Being that life is both sacred and profane, priceless and worthless, fleeting and eternal, we submit. Being that life can be as easily construed from primordial swamps as from a stinking petri dish, we submit. Being that those who came before imbued us with life and may remove it as steadily or readily, should we defy or deny their original plan, we submit.
Should be.
Well, before I follow her, I'm gonna do a little bit of exploring now that I have this map. Sticky note 17. As our tools are genetic expressions of our mental, cultural activity, and as we are expressions of their mental, cultural activity, it must necessarily follow that this world as it is now, and as it ever will be, an expression of the first will, an expression of their labors, and thus belongs not to us but to them. The wires, the cables, the data networks that now crisscross the globes are hers. They must become her body and her mind. I think this is referring to the precursors, the ancient civilization that came before, and that we follow in their, that we follow their lead. And I think Sticky Note 17 referring to her becoming her body and mind. I think that's actually referring to Juno. Juno? No, Minerva. I think this is referring to Minerva taking control.
Should be easy to find.
Olivier's a nice guy. He won't bite.
So yeah, I'm gonna try to find some sticky notes before I move on, though. Shouldn't be too hard to map things out. This mini-map's
Olivier's a nice guy. He won't bite.
pretty useful. Oh wow. Well, that makes things easier. Being mapped out. Place cubicle, sticky notes, security room. Okay. Okay, sticky note 4. It was in the 17th and 18th centuries the world became an indecent place, rent of its original purpose during the ages of industrial revolutions. Here was the machines of industry we unleashed in such grand quantities, quite without understanding them, unwound motives and purposes of their own, as inert as they were. So what this is saying is during the Industrial Revolution, that the machines we created for industry, we didn't understand their true motives and purposes. Kind of a far-fetched way to look at things.
He's a nice guy. He won't bite.
More than an hour. I had similar time.
Security room.
Tu travailles pas sur Etsy ou Abstergo?
Yeah. Sticky note 7. Take the cinema, which gave us lies, as a man once said 24 times per second per second. Take the phonograph, which preserved noises which ought to be ephemeral. Take the television, which is obviously stupid. What? Take video games, which are secretly stupid, and you all know you wish there was more pornography. You know you do. What? What's going on here?
Non, je suis sur Aveline.
So strange.
The old building.
Should be easy to find.
Olivier's a nice guy. He won't bite.
Reach the CCO's office. Okay, it won't let me go back to the lobby. Floor 15, CCO.
Hello? Hi? Testing. Is this thing working? This is John from IT. We met earlier. I was calibrating your Animus. I'm sort of the, Scotty of this Abstergo enterprise. In charge of all the techie stuff. Do you have a minute? Damn it. The tracker says you're on your way to Olivier's office. All right. I'll ping you when you're done. I have a favor to ask.
Bonjour. Go right in. He's waiting for you.
Alright. Let's go explore a bit. Good reason. Subtitles on. I wouldn't even be able to hear that if I tried. Nervous guy. I'd love to have some of these posters though.
Go on in.
The way these buildings are designed, like the architecture and the design of all the furniture and etc. Kind of reminds me of Deus Ex.
He's a very nice guy.
Yeah, I get like a Deus Ex vibe from this.
Well, unless you are specifically ordering that jeopardize our flagship project, Edward Kenway is the...
Oh wow. He's a hell of a view.
But this is how Hollywood got its start, right?
Huh.
The pirate movie. Stuck in Fairbanks, Errol Flynn. Now we have access to the real deal.
a lot more trees here than I would normally see in a city like this.
Right. Looking forward to seeing you too. Take care, Laetitia. Salut! Hi! Thanks for coming in. I know you're busy. So I reviewed some of your data. Pretty raw stuff. Obviously, we need to scrub off some of the dirt to make it family-friendly. Maybe give Edward a voice like James Bond or something. More of a ladies' man. A beautiful city, no? So the main reason I asked you here concerns something called the Observatory. It's been mentioned a few times in the footage you found. I'd like to encourage you to focus on locating this specific set of memories as soon as possible. If it were up to me, on s'en crisse. I wouldn't bother. But some bigwigs at Abstergo Industries have been hounding me for days. So, follow whatever leads you find and hopefully we can... Oh, incoming call. I have to take this. We'll keep in touch. Bonne journée. Alan, bonjour. Oui, tout va bien. Naturellement.
So, bigwigs from Abstergo Industries wants me to follow up on the
Pas vraiment.
finding the observatory.
Bon, d'accord.
Hi, John from IT again. You got a second? Good. I'm adding a waypoint to your map. So, a colleague of yours left for vacation this morning and forgot to send a video file she promised me. Since I hate just about everyone else on your floor, I was hoping you could help me. Could you transfer the file from her computer and deliver it to the courier when she comes? It'll be easy. You just wander over to their Animus, log in, and transfer the file. Easy. And please be snappy before I find a reason to hate you too.
Alright, well before I do that, I'm gonna go back to the lobby. Now that I have this map, I can maybe explore and find a few things. I don't think there is. Oh wait, yeah. I have to have this open. Alright. Do a little bit of exploring. Yep. Already see a sticky note.
5-6 hours every day.
That's enough to
Okay. Sticky note 6. Take for instance gunpowder, which gave us great mastery over fire. Take for instance the Daguerreotype, which warped our way of seeing true life. Take the light bulb that gave us light when none was necessary. Take the automobile that sped us along at velocities capable only of killing us in new and silly ways. Good way to put it, I suppose. The automobile killing us in new and silly ways. I wonder if the sticky notes show up on the overall map or just the mini-map.
How'd the playtests go? Straight into people's homes.
Maybe if I worked with the IT guy, perhaps I can get more access to other locations. So, I'll do what he wants. I'll hack into this computer and send it information he wants.
Bonjour.
Essentially what I'm doing.
That's amazing.
Huh. Yeah, I would love to have a setup like this. This is quite nice, like a cubicle. You can have stuff on display. Plenty of room. I would love to have a setup like that.
A locked door? Not a problem. That's the advantage of me having level 1 security clearance. Now, you do too. Don't abuse it.
Oh, there we go. So he does.
I'll walk you through this.
So he does give me work clearance. So now I have level 1 security clearance. Perfect. Alright.
Now, you need to bypass the core to find the data inside. Once you reach it, your communicator will download it automatically. You need to find your way around the core to reach the data inside.
Let's see. Move the data with the left stick. Right stick, rotate spear. Get the data moving in an infinite loop around the spear. Locker, player avatar, possibility for infinite loop. Once your data moves in a specific direction, it will continue moving until it reaches an obstacle. Teleporter blocks are in pairs. Data passes through one of the teleporters. It will be teleported to the other, retaining direction and movement. Not sure how I follow, but go with it. Oh, I see.
You cracked it. Good. The file should be downloading. I set up a database for any data you find. Just look for the My Files section in your communicator, and you'll be redirected right away. Everything you download will be found in there. Protected by a firewall, of course.
December 23rd, 2012. Sample Recovery Unit Team Lead Fisher Case reporting on Subject 17, Desmond Miles. The subject was deceased and unattended. Time of death was placed around 00 hours and 7 minutes, with conditions favorable for DNA sample recovery. We had some initial concerns about interference in the vault, but given the skill and talent of this team, we were able to capture useful data. I personally retrieved the subject's backpack and extracted a number of objects of interest to undergo detailed analysis. The subject displayed burns to the right hand, severe enough to fuse the bones, indicating some kind of spontaneous, intense burn trauma. Honestly, we've never seen anything like it before. Head, neck, and torso remained in good condition. I hand-selected recovery agents to retrieve fluid samples, blood and saliva. We then commenced material extraction and were able to preserve several exemplary samples. Data analysis and sequencing is already underway, and I'm told proceeding with exceptional ease. Thanks to the cloud database and the work of Abstergo Sample Recovery Unit 3, the legacy of Subject 17 will continue uninhibited as Sample 17.
Wow. Okay. So after the events of Assassin's Creed 3, or Desmond sacrifices himself, his team leaves him behind. I'm actually not sure why. There might have been more was going on. But anyways, so they retrieve Desmond's body, subject 17, and he becomes sample 17. Huh.
Oh, you're better at this than I'd hoped. Now zip on down to the lobby. Come on. See that file you acquired? I wouldn't recommend watching it. I mean, ooh, you could, but it's unpleasant. So once you hand it off, just pretend this never happened, okay? Otherwise, you'll just go to bed feeling sad. Anyway, the courier should be waiting downstairs. She's been here a while. I suppose it goes without saying, just because you now know how to hack all your colleagues' computers, it doesn't mean you should. I mean, not every day, right? No, seriously, though, that's illegal, so don't be a dick. Unless that's your nature.
I'm starting to like this tech guy. Oh, there we go. Okay. Sticky note 12. Today, Abstergo Templar frauds have been given themselves to base practices and claim wrongly that man and woman are delicate and sensible and feeling creatures in and of themselves, and therefore deserve satiety and comfort and mindlessness. In their presence, pleasure. Nothing could be sicker, falser, disgusting, lying bastard. I wonder who's placing these notes. Oh. Hack away. Huh. Rodrigo Borgia. I definitely remember this guy from the Ezio games. Alright. Roderick Elanco, Pope Alexander VI, a cleric and bon vivant by any name. Rodrigo Borgia served as Templar Grand Master from 1476 until his death. For too long, this man of faith and passion suffered under a smear campaign at the hands of his enemy, Ezio Auditore. Let him now be celebrated and remembered for his progressive outlook and focus on family values. Huh. So, I mean, this kind of just proves, though, that Abstergo interest is in line with Templars because they're referring to Ezio as the enemy. Probably look around a little bit more before I actually start making moves. That was easy.
Hey, Dad. You know, it's funny. I have this memory of you, one I keep coming back to, and I always think about it when I'm working or just before going to bed, because it sort of calms me, I guess. I I was 14, I think, and you were trying to teach me how to walk with a light step. Remember that? How to be mindful of how much noise I made when I moved around. Simple stuff. Stuff I understand now, but back then, I gotta tell you, I thought you were just being an asshole. You told me you were gonna go up to your room and sit with your back to the door and read a book. And you wanted me to wait at least 15 minutes and then sneak up there and tap you on the shoulder without you knowing. I even remember the book you were reading at the time, the one by Captain Johnson. And you warned me that if you caught me, we'd have to start all over. Then you went upstairs. And I waited. I waited, and I waited, and I waited. I waited 4 hours before deciding to go up. And even then, it took me 20 minutes to get to the foot of the stairs. And another 30 to get up them. And then 10 to get down the hall. And there I was at the door and peeked into your room. And I was so hoping that you'd be asleep. But no, you were still reading. And I just about shit myself. But 10 minutes later, I was just 5 feet away from you. And that's when I remember setting my foot down, and you flinched. Ever so slightly, you flinched. I thought maybe I'd imagined it, but I knew you'd heard me. You didn't say anything. You just checked your watch, you reached for your drink, you took a sip, and then you kept reading. But I knew I'd failed. You didn't say anything. I didn't understand why. Then I lunged and tapped you on the shoulder, and you turned around, and oh, fantastic, you said, and you scooped me up, and you gave me a big hug, and I didn't say anything. But Dad, I was so pissed off. I wanted to scream at you. I failed, and you knew it, but you said nothing. And I stayed mad for weeks. I thought you were patronizing me. But maybe you decided right there that I was never going to be the man you wanted me to be. But I realized just a few years ago that you checking your watch, that was the clue, wasn't it? You let me win because I had been so patient. I guess that impressed you. You know, maybe at that moment you thought it might be better to be my dad instead of my mentor. I don't really know. Maybe for you they're one and the same. You know, either way, I'm happy to know that both my mentor and my dad are looking out for me that day. I didn't understand that then. I think I do now.
Interesting. So Desmond is recalling a past memory when he was young, and his father, which his mentor, is actually training him early to be silent with his footsteps and to be patient, because his training would go towards him one day becoming an assassin. But yeah, I miss Desmond. He's such an interesting character. Alright. I kind of wonder what's going on with the rest of the group, though. Okay, I'm gonna go around and continue hacking these different workstations.
What are you, some kind of diva? Go see the courier. Fury away.